Is that accurate?
Yes, yes. I'm Division Engineer in Division 5. So like Steve said, I'm gonna give you a little bit of overview, a couple minutes, and then I'll be glad to try to answer any questions you have. But I'm here this afternoon to talk to you about project U-2719, which is the improvements of the Beltline from Wade Avenue down to 40. We call it Walnut to Wade because part of the project goes down to Walnut Street and Cary, and we're actually also doing some, or hope to do some improvements along Lake Boone Trail too, at least one of those off ramps. But it's a very busy interstate, as you all know. There's a lot of needs there. This section of 440 was built around 1960, so it's the oldest section we have left. We've got short acceleration ramps, short deceleration ramps, on and off ramps on the highway. Everybody's aware of the left-hand entrance from Western Boulevard. That's an issue. We've got high traffic volumes. The current volumes now run from around 80,000 on the south end of the project before you get to 40 to over 90,000 up closer to Wade Avenue, and we're projected to be around the 120,000 mark closer to Wade Avenue. We've also got some safety issues there now. The crash rates along this section of 440 are about 3 times the statewide average for similar interstates in urban areas. So with all that, we've got a lot of issues that we would like to solve out there, but we also have a lot of development. There's a lot of resources in the area. There's a lot of logistical issues. We're trying to work that out. And the thing I want to tell you about is we need some help. We've got a public meeting scheduled for August 8th. Right now we're in the initial stages of engineering, and so we're going out to public to get their input. We want to partner with the public and hear what they have to say about it. This is a pretty well developed area of Raleigh. There's not a lot of open land, so anything we do will impact people. And so we want to do it in the right way. And so we need help with that. So we're asking the public to look at it, to partner with us, to provide ideas, to come out to the meeting on August 8th. The meeting starts at 4:30 with an open house till about 7 o'clock, and then we'll have a formal presentation at 7, and then a chance to have an official public hearing after that. So with that, I'll be glad to try to answer any questions, but again, our main goal is to partner with the public and hear those ideas as we're in this, as it kind of a start for the project here and getting those ideas from the public.
How long has it been since the last other segment of the Beltline was widened to 6 lanes?
Gosh, that's a good question, Ed. The northern section, it's 15 years or so.
Yeah, it seems like so. Why is this section taken? I know everybody. I live over in that area, and everybody gets there is like, why did everybody else get it, and we're waiting 15 years? Well,
part of that, the good news is that we were able to get it funded through the STI law, which passed in 2013. So that's one of the very positive things. It came up in priority, and before that, it just didn't rise high enough to get funded. So it's a good thing that we've got it. Now we're on the eastern side. We've done some improvements there in the last 5 years or so, over in the Pool Road and Newbern Road area.
How long is this anticipated? I know you don't have a construction schedule complete, I assume, until you get bids and all, but what's the best guess?
It'll roughly be around a 4-year project.
When exactly is this meeting going to take place? Is it going to be here at this building?
No, it'll be at the McKimmon Center. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. Yeah, on August 8th. Starting at 4:30 with an open house type style till about 7 o'clock. So it'll be drop in, and then 7 o'clock we'll have a formal presentation.
And the public hearing, is that something they need to sign up for ahead of time, online, or do they just show up? And
just show up and they can sign up. Yeah, and even step up. We'll have plenty of time for that. Mm-hmm.
You said the traffic count was 80 to 90 down at I-40 intersection with the Beltline.
Just north of I-40 around Jones Franklin, we're around 80,000 today. And just south of Wade, we're in the mid-90s today.
Right, south of Wade, okay. And you said it projected to go to 120 by when?
That's 2035.
2035.
Yes, sir. And on either end of that, north of Wade and south of 40, the counts are a lot higher. But you've got more lanes on both of those. This is kind of a bottleneck area here.
The Fortify project, initially, it was going to go down to 2 lanes during construction. And the head of DOT at that time insisted on 3 lanes.
That's right.
And I think that saved a lot, especially for the second phase. I commute in that way. I know there's a lot of traffic the other way, but it seems to have made a serious difference. Are we going to have worse bottleneck issues during this construction project?
The good thing here is we're not taking away any lanes during construction. So we'll maintain the 2 lanes in each direction. There may be some weekend restrictions or overnight restrictions, but during the peak travel times, we don't have the same issues that we had on 45 where we had to take some lanes away. But I'm like you, that's part of my commute too, so that was a big impact.
When do you expect construction to begin?
Right now, the draft let schedule or award of contract is in February. We're looking to push that back a few months, but it is a design build project. And so our design build team will bring a lot of innovation. We're going to use them to also look to improve things, to decrease the impacts that we have on the adjacent properties. And also, you know, we're probably, as far as real construction, 4 to 6 months after the contract award. So, and right now we're looking at probably moving that to June, but that's still tentative at this time.
Late summer, early fall?
Well, I'd say late fall for construction. Yes, sir, of 2018.
When did the planning for this begin?
It's been going on a number of years. I mean, some of the information goes back to 2000, but we've really been getting into it pretty hard the last few years. We had some early public meetings showing some conceptual ideas, but even what we have now is preliminary. So what we want to do, we want to hear from the public and get their ideas on how we can make things better. Again, focusing on safety, focusing on those traffic operational issues, but also minimizing the impact.
There's some huge brick walls out there that were constructed to appease people originally about traffic noise. Well, some of those are pretty close, so they're going to probably have to come down.
There's no noise walls in this section where we're at. There will be.
That's all right before Wade Avenue.
That's right.
Coming south,
Yeah.
I say south because it truly does go south.
That's right, south or west.
Yeah, it just comes just before Wade Avenue.
Yeah.
So that won't start until right there, where that third lane now exits only onto Wade Avenue. That's where the extension will start.
Right. We've got a little work again. We're thinking about doing at Lake Boone Trail at that off ramp, and we may impact some of those walls. And if we do, just there on that south side that you're talking about, southbound side, that we would have to reconstruct, but it would be very minimal. Now, this section will also include some noise walls, and we're also partnering with the city of Raleigh. They're very interested in maintaining that brick look for this section too.
Do you think, I mean, obviously there's some impact during all of this. I mean, if you're maintaining 2 lanes, that's good. That it shouldn't be any worse of a bottleneck, although, as we found out on Fortify, there's no pull-off. So if there's a wreck, then there's definitely a problem with that. But with all the noise and the potential backups and some lane shifting on the weekend and all, do you think that people will be able to see the end justifies the means? Do you see what I'm saying?
Sometimes it's hard to see that when you're in the heat of the moment, but yeah, I think so. The outreach we've done so far with stakeholders and the property owners in the area, everybody recognizes the need for the project. We all know how bad it is today, and with the population growth in the triangle and the traffic growth that we're seeing and will continue to see, I think people will see that. They'll see the benefit of the need for the project and the benefit for it. Thank you.
Didn't even get a mild shock out of all that, did you?
Not this time. There's always hope.